The card at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Ghosts card. My eye is actually drawn to two different cards here. The one just beneath the Knight of Ghosts is the World card. In the upright, this is about a love message coming in, an offer of love, true love. In reverse, it's kind of player type energy. Could be information coming in, somebody who's not sincere in offering love, some information about love coming in that's not going to make you feel very happy. Ghosts is the suit of water or cups in other decks, so that could possibly be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or somebody just operating within that energy. But this could also indicate a delay in a true love or romantic situation coming in. But given some of the other cards that I was seeing coming out, I'm thinking that you may be in a situation where you need to be very, very careful. And with that in mind, let me just share with you too, this is a general reading. It will not apply for everyone. So, please be careful to take stock in your own personal situation. Maybe you want a personal reading. Maybe you've got friends to talk with. Maybe you have a therapist that you see to help clarify issues and concerns that may come up. The World card's about completion of a cycle and rebirth into a new cycle. And these two coming out together, given some of the other cards that I'm seeing down here, this really did speak loudly to me, and that's why I drew it forth. Instead of just sticking straight up with the Knight of Ghosts. We will get back into this energy in a moment, but I don't want to get ahead of myself either with that. Again, I apologize for the sinus drainage. We have here the Queen of Ghosts, but she's in the reverse. In the upright, she's the loving wife, mother, partner, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, probably, possibly, or just somebody who is a lover or a wife. Or possibly, depending on your age and circumstances, could be your mom or somebody like that. But this really feels to me more like a romantic reading for some of you. The Queen of Ghosts in the reverse, she's somebody who's not being true to you. She's not being genuine. And then this is what's the energy that we're operating with. Then we see the Three of Ghosts, which could be celebration, but reversed like that, it tends to be a three-party situation. Third party situation. So for some of you, it may be that your partner is cheating. It could also be the case that you are involved with someone and you know that she's in a relationship with somebody else. But either way, either she's potentially cheating on you or she's cheating on someone else to be with you. But either way, that's a third-party situation. And I don't think that that's something you're happy about. This is why I think it's happening to you and not from you. Because this is on your mind, this Knight of Bats. 9 of Bats. That's air, swords. 9 of Swords is about pain and anxiety. It's about hurt and pain. It's about loss. This is one of the most devastating cards in the deck, heart-wise. Even Tower energy. Sometimes we welcome the Tower energy, which clears things out. This is about having that awareness that something's not going well. You may already know what's going on. There may have been clues or signs, or maybe somebody told you that this person's not being faithful to you. This is not, so far, this is not boiling down to be, I don't like doing readings like that. I mean, I do and I don't. People need to know what's going on, but yet I never want that for you. Let me just say it that way. I never want that for you. Temperance. Possible Sagittarius, not necessarily. The Temperance is about peaceful waiting. Maybe you're kind of biding your time because you want to find out what's going on and you're not 100% sure what's been going on. So you've been kind of having a wait and see policy. You're wondering what's brewing up in here. Something's brewing on behind the surface, right? And you're kind of playing a wait and see game to see what's going to find out. But I think on some level, you already know that. And I don't think you're going to put up with it long. And here's why, right? We've got this magician here. The magician, that's about creating, manifesting, pulling rabbits out of hats, so to speak. In the reverse, the magician, though, can be about manipulation, really master manipulation. Magician can be potentially Gemini. And the reason for that is that the magician card is related to Mercury. And Mercury is one of the planetary rulers of Gemini. We also see Gemini later on in the final outcome card. But it could be that a Gemini is doing you wrong and manipulating. Especially when we see this energy coming up, the Queen of Ghosts, in the third party situation. Or it could be that your Queen of Ghosts in the reverse is cheating on you with a magician, a Gemini, or somebody like that. Somebody who manifests things. Again, this magician doesn't necessarily have to be a bad person. This person may not even know what the Queen of Ghosts is up to. They may be being told. Somebody may be manipulating this magician and saying, this Queen of Ghosts could be saying, no, I'm single. Not saying that you're at home or that you're, I want to say on the dance card, but that's so antiquated. It's ridiculous. This is the future. This is in the soon to come. If you're not already packing your bags, this is you walking on. You've invested your emotions into that situation and you're walking on from it. You're walking away from it. The ghosts care. They're concerned about you. They're your friends. You kind of, there's a wait and see attitude, but I think this information's coming in and you're going to march that keister down the road. F this. Because I don't think you want to be played like that at all. We see your hopes and fears over here. We see your Two of Ghosts card. You want a soulmate relationship. You want an equal partnership. Look, both those ghosts right there. This is the Two of Cups in other decks. Both of these, they're looking at each other. They're holding each other's hands the same size, the same amount of importance. It's symbolic. They're smiling and happy looking into each other's eyes. That's what you want. You don't want this third-party bullshit situation here. Because some Queen of Ghosts has to have it all, right? Then again, maybe you weren't that serious about the Queen of Ghosts to begin. But given that this is the card that's crowning you, that makes me think that you're more than a little bit upset, or going to be. But you're kind of waiting for your confirmation to come in. For some of you, this has already happened, this Knight of Bats. You already know it. And for some of you, it's about to happen. So don't be shocked when and if it does. Again, general reading. I may be picking up on some energy for even one person out there who's a Taurus who's going to be watching this video. Every other Taurus, this may not relate, but, take it as it resonates, because this is coming in for somebody. The card representing you is the Ten of Imps. This is about responsibility. But notice, this imp is looking at the one that it dropped. Well, he's not an imp, I'm sorry, he's Quasimodo or whatever. But he dropped a hunchback. He dropped one of those imps, and he's looking at that. So's the cat. Everybody's focusing on the one that he left behind. That's this idea, the one that he left behind. You've been busting your hump. I couldn't help it. And I don't mean to make light of your situation, but you have, you've been busting your hump. And there's a part of you that, in spite of all your responsibilities, you're still focused on what you're leaving behind. You need to keep your head pointed forward into where you're going and think less about what you're leaving behind, right? Wheel of Fortune is about fate and karma. Fate. Maybe finding this out for you is your destiny. It is your fate. Because until you leave the fuckery and the people that engage in that stuff behind, how in the hell are you ever going to manifest this? Or your future outcome card, your final outcome card, the Lovers. Head and heart decision here. And that could be about whether or not to walk away from this person. But it does look like you kind of know you're not putting up with that. Lovers card could be a possible Gemini, head or heart decision, or it could be that the lover of your life is going to be coming in. I like to think that this Knight of Ghosts will herald somebody new coming in, that this Wheel of Fortune could be You had to let go of this person engaged in the fuckery in order for you to be able to open the window, because I'm basing off the card here, for you to open the window for this new person, the real love of your life, to come marching in. And then you do get what you want. But you got to let go of that third party situation. You got to know that you're worth that. We can't spin our wheels in something that's not going to move that way. And that's why, that's why this world card was calling out. This world card was calling out because this is about completing some kind of a karmic cycle so that you can move on to the future that's going to be awaiting you. And we don't know how long this is going to take to get here, by the way. We don't know that. In fact, beneath you, we see this temperance card. So again, there's that sense of waiting. It's not going to be immediate when you're going to meet this person, this lover's card situation. But as the saying goes, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And it's going to take as long as it's going to take. But until you clear the path for it, this new can't come in. She's still looking at the past. She's reminiscing. Look, she's got the picture of this guy here. This is from Bram Stoker's Dracula, by the way. And in the story, I think was her name Lucy? Or no, wait a minute. I forget the names of the characters, but anyway, the heroine, she had that real estate guy that went to Transylvania or whatever. That's the picture of the guy from Transylvania, the stuffed shirt, boring guy. And then here comes Mr. Passionate Lust through the window. Somebody who's way more exciting and who's going to create a balance with her, who's going to put her first, who's not going to leave her in this type of situation. Now, ordinarily, I would steer you away from the emotional vampires, but I'm looking at this card in a different way, based on having read the book, right? Very, very different energies here. And let's toss these and see what kind of advice that Spirit has for you, my Taurus friends and cross watchers, about what's going on and what needs to happen right now. We had this fly out the deck. Wow. Mortality. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. Wow. Wow. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? We can waste our time spinning our wheels on this fuckery. Where in the hell did it go? Somehow I lost it. Yeah, on this third-party nonsense fuckery behavior. When we can march our ass on to our new destiny, right? We can complete that cycle, be done with it all together. We don't have to sit there. Let's see, that's number 42. Let me pull it up. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. If that there king was to wake, added Tweedledum, you'd go out, bang, just like a candle. I shouldn't, Alice exclaimed indignantly. Life is, as Tweedledum points out, a strange thing where we can go out in just a moment. None of us knows how long we have, and no matter what we believe or tell ourselves, we are all mortal in this form. This lifetime is just one brief, bright jewel. Alice denies this, but it is the truth. We are all mortal, and we all pass. We must know this so that we can hold on to the precious gift that is this existence. When this card comes, it does not mean you are about to pass. It is not a card of death, but a reminder of the beauty and the fragility of this existence. It urges us to take this life and make it as beautiful, as meaningful, and as full of adventure as we can. I really want to pick up this card right now. Too many of us live as if this life is a burden, awaiting another lifetime, or a heaven which will save us from difficulties and challenges of being mortal. Instead of living as if there is forever or a better place to go, or as if other lifetimes or existence in the afterlife will be better, live like this life is all you have. Live like this is the very best you can ever experience. Live like this is the greatest blessing, the most treasured gift you ever could have been given. Life like this, what? I'm sorry, there's a typo in the book. Live like this life is heaven and your very existence is a miracle of creation. Because we can and we will go out like a candle someday. And when that takes place, the only true measure of a soul is what we did here with this priceless gift of human life. In divination, this card means appreciation of existence, relishing being alive, making the most of every moment, accepting mortality in ourselves and in others, living in the present and feeling joy at being alive. Wow, how powerful is that? Life is hard. It is really, really hard sometimes. But in order to really experience the things that we want in our life, we have to be willing to let go, right? We have to be willing to let go and to walk away from the situations that are harming us so that we can really find what it is that we want, really find our destiny. Part of this Wheel of Fortune card is that it's not only that the arbitrary spinning of the elephant on this wheel that turns around with us, we too have some kind of a say in how that goes by the choices that we make or the choices that we don't make. As we choose not to move on from situations, we have to be the ones to manifest what it is that we desire. We kind of have to take control of the wheel sometimes in the ways that we can. Obviously, we can't control everything. We can control what we think, say, and do, even if we can't control what others are going to do or going to do to us. And with that, feel empowered to say, I'm going to live my best life and that I don't have to put up with things that I don't want to put up with. And I don't have to deal with that kind of thing from other people. It's not my job or my responsibility to allow other people to treat me in that way.